Well, it's day 339 of the Russia-Ukraine war. It's still going. They held out. Early on, I thought this was just going to be like a one-week war, but I was dead wrong about that. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy dismissing 6 deputy ministers and 5 regional administrators for what appears to be corruption. Wow. Joining us now for more on this, U.S. retired Air Force Brigadier General and Deputy Rep to NATO and Newsmax contributor, and most of all, my buddy, General Blaine Holt. All right, so, General, one of the big concerns, okay, through this whole thing is people are like, wow, Ukraine has a lot of corruption. We don't want to give a bunch of money to them until we weed it out or at least have some oversight, a la Marjorie Taylor Greene and people like that. Fair point. Zelenskyy ran on getting a lot of this corruption out. He's done, look, I was over there, I met with the guy. He's done a decent job, but now he has really ramped it up and said, hey, you guys are actually profiteering, which was to some conservative chagrin. And he got rid of them. He said, you're out of here. So what do you say about this is going towards the forefront of the war?
Yeah, good morning. It's great to be with you. I will tell you that it's high time in coming that President Zelenskyy takes this very serious. We're getting to such a crucial part of this war, and I am certain that the president turned around and looked at his own cabinet and said, you know, are you guys going to be liabilities as I go back out to the world and I ask for more money, more guns, more bullets, now tanks, maybe jets, and war-weary populaces around the world saying, what are we doing here if we're not allowed to see how that money is being spent?
Right.
So it's a very difficult time because you sweep out that many ministers, you're going to get a lot of sore feelings and a lot of palace intrigue. And so what he's got to do now is he's got to unify his government. He's got to take that leadership role to get them to move on. I've talked to my sources on the ground there. That's exactly what he is trying to do. There's still a couple of infights that are very critical, very key, that he's got to surmount. He's going to have to probably do it this week.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, here's what Mr. Cowflatulence Bill Gates had to say about the corruption in Ukraine. Listen to this.
Pre-war, you know, the Ukrainian government is one of the worst in the world. Corrupt, controlled by a few rich people. I mean, really unfortunate for the people in Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that guy on a lot, especially not buying all of our farmland. But he's got a point, and to what we said earlier, I think that Zelensky's actually making a steady effort here, no?
No, he is, but it's funny to see with what that man has been all involved with. Yeah. That's kind of the pot calling the kettle black and white.
Exactly. Real quick, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to get to this Air Force General Mike Minihan saying that he believes war with China is basically imminent by 2025 over Taiwan. What?
I'll tell you something about General Mike Minihan. He is absolutely one of the smartest Air Force generals we have. And if Mike Minihan sees certain indicators and warnings and wants to tell us about them, he's absolutely got my attention. I have served by his side, and we are lucky to have him as a leader on the front. But to the bigger point, China has far bigger problems than Taiwan right now at the moment. They're covering down on mass deaths. They're covering down on these what they've sown from the COVID mismanagement and zero COVID. Yeah. And they say only 60,000 people have died. No, it's millions of people are dying every day. And so China's not ready to go to war with anybody right this second.
Well, that's interesting. You say, you know, the general's raising these concerns. Obviously, it doesn't fit the current narrative. It makes me think back to General Mike Flynn when he was like, hey, guys, there's a bunch of world players that we should really consider here. And basically, Obama sidelined him for that. Do you see, real quick, I got 30 seconds left. You see General Mike going the same route?
No, you know, he's got wide respect across the entire Air Force. He's in the job that he's in, one of the toughest out there, running all of our air mobility forces, and I, you know, again, it's with purpose that he's telling us these things, but we should stay tuned because when he speaks, it's worthy of taking attention to it.
Something like that's a huge red flag. I would really hope that the administration at least hears him out and hears why, and maybe we can address it. General Blaine Holt, always a pleasure, sir.
Great to be with you. Have a great weekend.
All right.